Welcome to Watopia and the Figure 8 course. This course will take riders along every section of the main island in both directions. The course length of 29.6 kilometres with a total ascent of 234 metres on each lap will take a lot out of the legs of the riders. Beginning at the start-finish line, riders will head down Ocean Boulevard toward the Jarvis Tree and along to the windmills. After a nice flat section of riding through the marina, riders will then wind their way up toward the Zwift Aliens and up the first official climb of the course. From the start to the King of the Mountain banner, riders will climb up to an elevation of 54 metres over a distance of 2.4 kilometres. This climb takes a lot of effort right from the start and then provides a slow but still hard ascent up the false flats to the King of the Mountain banner. Heading down the front of the hill, riders will then head back across the start-finish line in the reverse direction and up towards the S's through the rock tunnel. At the end of the S's, riders will have an opportunity to attempt the sprint segment across the JW Bridge before heading into the Italian village and past the cascading waterfall. As we head towards the tail end of a lap, riders will then head back down towards the marina and the windmills for a section of flat through the underwater tunnels to ease pressure off the legs. The rest won't last too long though, as riders will ascend the forward hill. This punchy climb over a distance of 900 metres will leave riders gasping for breath as they roll their way past Scotty's hillside condo, the Zwift Aliens and Hanks, before heading back toward the Italian village for the final pass of the S's. The tough Figure 8 course gives you a taste of everything the main island has to offer. Keep those legs pumping and have a bidon to hand. Enjoy the course. Ride on.
Hello and welcome to the Swedish Zwift Racing Cup. And tonight we are going to ride the Figure 8 course as you just have seen here. And hello to Carl also. How are you doing today, Carl?
Hello, Martin. All safe and sound here. So feeling excellent today for this exciting race.
Yeah, we have a fantastic weather outside also, so it's very nice and warm finally after a long time with very cold weather. So today is the first day you can enjoy the outside temperature here in Sweden.
Oh yeah, I've been out riding the whole day.
Out?
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's so strange to be outside riding. I know, so
yeah.
Full of danger.
Yeah.
And, well,
strange feeling when you ride out of a saddle outside for the first times.
Yeah,
outside when you've been on a train all winter.
Yeah, and the wind, really strange.
Yeah. Okay, a short look on the course profile of today's race here.
Yeah, it's an interesting classic course, really, for being in this series or this cup. We have had a lot of new courses, but this is a very, very classic and old one. Watopia Figure 8. And, it is 30 kilometers in total, and you can see a big hill in the middle of the center of the map here, but we will actually climb this hill, Hillycombe, both from the reverse direction and from the normal direction, and that's really steep. So we can check the next profile photo here. You can see how we will...
A 2D dimensional.
Yeah, 2-dimension, a little bit easier to see the profile then. And you see we take off down under the ocean and go up, and then we climb directly the reverse direction of Watopia Hillycombe. And after that, it's a very steep downhill down to downtown Watopia again. We do we take a round in the SS and go a little bit further. And after 20 kilometers roughly, it's time to climb again. And Martin, this is a really tough climb, the normal Hillycombe.
Yeah, the old KOM hill. That's it's not so long, but it really feels when you go up that hill.
Oh yeah.
Everyone goes full on here.
The fastest riders will climb this in approximately 1:30 and that's super impressive. And then I am super impressed by all the riders that can climb this in speeding up to their maximum. And well, yeah, it takes some minutes for sure for me and you.
Yeah, I think my best time is around 3 minutes or so.
Yeah, and then in the end we go down, and we will actually then go down the reverse side and down in the SS, taking the sprint banner. It's not in a competition or anything, and no bonus points or anything, but it's just the indication that there we actually do a big kicker climb, and that's really, that can hurt a lot too. And then we go up through the SS, and then it's a downhill sprint if you want to do a long sprint. Otherwise, it's a normal short one to downtown Vatopia. But well, this will be high speed in the end for sure.
Yeah, and we take a look how it looks through the eyes of a Swifter going through the course, and you can describe it even more here.
Yeah. Well, as we said, we go down under the ocean directly, and here we will see speeds increasing up to 60 kilometers per hour, but then stabilizing. I think in the A, both men and women will be around 50 kilometers per hour. Going up here and through the sand, this is a little bit, this is a flat area, but we can see some separation here because a lot of riders will be pushing their maximum speed for sure. And this is also 1% uphill. It's maybe not that tough to climb, but then we are approaching, going over the bridge, the gas station. Here you can see Hillicom Reverse. It's a really tough kicker hill here. It's not that far, and then it's a little bit up and down. It's still more up than down, and we haven't climbed the final part yet. Here we see going up towards the Com and Queen of Mountain portal, then steep downhill. Maybe
that's the best part.
Super tack. Yeah, a little bit of a chance for super tack. Passing by downtown Vatopia, and you can see here we go through the SS, up and down, up and down. Really beautiful part of the course. In this direction, you can also then have a steep downhill to the sprint banner, and going down through the Italian village, taking left, going up, and we will now approach the ocean again. So here we go for a flatter part the other direction. That's why it's a little bit going around in 8. So we go downhill now, and here it's all about preparing and recovering and really get fit for a fight, because now the grand finale, the final climb will come. And it's, as you say, it's not that long, it's not that high, but here you can see it to the left. It's 50 meters to climb, and the climb starts here. And then this is the com segment, the hilly com segment, and it's really tough, 6, 7, 8 degrees uphill here. And then it's the flatter part to the Queen of Mountain and King of Mountain portal. And then it's down, mainly downhill, but it's still some ups and downs going down the reverse side. And now it's also, if you're in the front pack, you can start to recover. If you're not in the front pack and you're just some seconds behind, you still have the chance to connect to the front. But it's all about finding a good, relaxed and recovery part, because now it's the kicker hill, about 25 seconds up, and then you see through the SS, it's all about finding a good feeling for the final sprint. 1 kilometer to go, and then you see here super fast downhill, and there was the finish banner in downtown Vatopia. 30 kilometers, Martin. It will be very intense.
Yeah, and I will be looking forward to see how the race goes today, since it's the second last race in the series. The ones who have done 8 races still have a chance to improve their scores, since it's only 8 races that counts. So you can improve your scores in the 2 last races also.
Definitely. Now is where the big changes will happen. We have had a lot of riders that have been participating in a lot of races, but it's only the 8 best races that count, as you say.
Speaking of the results, maybe we should take a look on the results, how it looks at the moment.
Yeah, and
You could change now, screen.
Yeah, great. Well, we have in the A category among the men, we still have Henrik Öijer in the lead, and it's a big lead because Stefan Kirchmeier did not participate last stage, and Henrik was there. But Stefan is on the start line today. I've been talking to Stefan Kirchmeier, and he is really fit for fight, and he aimed for 35 minutes. I don't think he will manage, but well, it will be fast and furious. And you can see a lot of Swedes then chasing each other to grab some extra points now and climb the result ladder. And well, yeah, we do have. I would like, yeah, it's for sure a competition between Stefan Kirchmeier and the Swedes.
Yeah, and that was the A men, and the B are here.
In the B, we have seen George Carvalho shooting off a really impressive sprint in the end of the last race, not at least winning the last race, and he is then also gaining points. And here it's important to remember it's only the 8 best that count. So Christer Selstedt really need to push to grab some extra points now if possible to not get caught by the Portuguese. And then we have Svensson, Ågren, and Magnus from Kirchmeier e-cycling also chasing from behind.
Yeah, it's close. Chris is leading good, but it's close behind, not that spread out. And here it's even worse.
Yeah, it's very close. It's so impressive. Andreas Kasperek, he's been really in the top a lot of races, but well, it is a lot of competition from the Portuguese and also the Swedes. So yeah, Thiago, Afonso, and Verbelov, and Edenius is back also. Hopefully, I heard Tobias was sick the last days, so we will see if he's on the start. But already 8 stages, maybe missing this one, so we'll see.
Yeah, and the last category, men.
Yeah, we have a very interesting battle here, and now we can see Peter Janeröd. He has been in every race so far, and will that be enough, or will any one of the chasers catch a lot of points now in the end? I think he got a good safe lead. What do you think about your category, so to say, Martin?
Yeah, I think Peter is rather safe. I'm not sure Auris has done 4 and he has 2 more to go for him. So I think it will be hard to catch. I'm not sure, I haven't seen how many D riders there are in the race today, but I think it will be hard.
It's a little bit a competition in the competition to see the rank, the average also. So very impressive by Auris Pelanis, and he is very well, being only first and second every race he has participated in. Keep an eye on him.
For sure. And in the ladies' race.
Yes, here we have also Swedes in the top, Emma, Malin, Anna, and Therese. You can see them here, but they are also being chased by Antonina Resnikov. She have won the 2 last races. Hopefully she comes with a late registration for today's race, but we'll see. And wow, yeah. For sure, we have one of the favorites there in the absolute top, Emma Belfort. We will talk more about her a little bit later on.
Yeah, and the B ladies here.
Also, again, Sweden in the top, but Kimberly Jule, she is also competing a lot. Hopefully, she will also make 8 races, maybe then have the chance to improve thanks to 2 good results now in the end. But otherwise, there has not been that many B riders that have been competing that many events. So I think the 2 ladies in the top have a pretty good chance to take the first and the second spot. But it's always nice to see every race, and we hope to see a lot of good competition today in the B category among the women. And they are starting together with the A category also, so it will be very interesting to see how well they can manage to stay maybe in the reverse com. Maybe, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, should we take a short look on the presentations?
Quickly.
Sorry. I'm ahead of a schedule here.
Yeah, great. Malin Bengtsson, Therese Kaldergaard, Ann-Louise Ingvarsson, Tina Forsberg, Åsa Fast Berglund. Really impressive top 5 from the same team. maybe working a little bit together to claim those top spots. But we also know now that the German friend here, she is actually upgraded in B, so she's no longer a competition. So we actually have Sweden top 11, but a lot of things can happen and everybody can compete for only the stage win and top spots for sure. And in the D, last but not least, Linda Puck Engström is really getting a sweaty time now, getting chased by Sofia Westberg. We have seen them battling every race almost, and well, it will be a tight race until the finish. And then Stephanie Held is also chasing, but a little bit less races. So
Kelly Afonso is chasing also. She got a good rank there.
Yeah, she's really good.
She's coming strong, perhaps.
Well, yeah. So it will be interesting to see the stages here now. Well, we have only some minutes to go. Yes. So.
Yeah, I'm doing a two-step jump here to get everything as I like.
Great. We have actually 4 riders to keep an eye on, and that's also now because we had focus. It's such a short course, so we will mainly focus on the A riders again. We do it every second week. We focus on the A riders or all categories, and we will keep an eye on the following A riders today. And here we have Laura Vanjompe. She's a really strong rider, about 25, 26 years old, and she's relatively new to Zwift, but a very impressive power in her legs. So keep an eye on her. She's been doing a lot of ice hockey. We can see a little bit of similarities together with the brothers Becker from Sweden. They are super strong, and they have benefited a lot from having an ice hockey career in a previous careers. And well, she got a lot of power, so you better keep an eye on this Finnish girl, and we are super happy to see more and more Finnish ladies in the Zwift races. Then we have the favorite Emma Belfort, top spot, and actually the Finnish girl is ranked 15 and Emma is ranked 20th. So, well, according to the ranking, Finland ahead of Sweden. Really interesting. And then among the men, we have top ranked, maybe not the first, but here we have the 3rd ranked in the world, Stefan Kirchmeier. Again, he is really in for a win now, and he's been winning some stages in this cup. And keep an eye on Stefan Kirchmeier for sure. Really good Zwifter. And a little bit better according to the ranking, ranked number 2 in the world right now. Here we have Brett Boniface. And Brett, 40 years old, he loves to cycle on his specialized tarmac SL6. And the interesting thing is also his strength as a Zwifter, tactical awareness, analyzing peloton dynamics, research, and course understanding. So good luck today, and go Canada.
Okay, well, less than a minute. Let's jump into the A pen here.
Yeah, great. We have no wind in Vatopia today, 20 degrees roughly, so it will be perfect conditions for the race today.
Yeah, I think it will be great. It looks sunny and nice and warm, just as in Sweden at the moment.
And regarding the start, we, as always in this cup, we have the A starting at 0, and then 1 minute later we have the B, then the C, then the D, all with 1 meter apart. That's more to make it fair, as it's so popular, this race. It's so many starting. And with only some seconds to go, you can see how they ramp up the speed. And if you can jump over and click again on someone, we will see the right that it's not Martin Björkvik that we are watching, just to show in the Zwift screen. There we have. So yeah, now we are following Oldén from Team Turbo Uppsala, and we actually saw a lot of action from Team Turbo Uppsala last week and last stage. It was super fun to see on such a flat ending of the race. They were pushing so hard from time to time, really putting hurt on a lot of competitors.
You see, it's starting to gap even before they leave a pen, so it's
is super high speed, and I was mentioning they were supposed to have 60 kilometers per hour when they go downhill under the ocean. They are already close to 60 kilometers per hour. This is insane how fast it goes. And yeah, as you say, almost half of the pack has already get dropped off almost.
Yeah. And we are following the B start also on the side here now, so we got a free split screen, but we commentate on the A's at the moment.
Yeah, we will. And it's interesting to see also the B category. It's exactly the same, fast and furious start. You can see the watts up in the corner of their screen there, close to 500 watts just to keep up in the front. But it's always a matter of like you have to think it through. Is it worth to go up in the front and push even harder, or should you just be drafting a little bit? You can maybe save 50 watts on an average there in the beginning. So yeah, well, it's super high speed.
Yeah, as usual, it lasts 2-3 minutes, so you have to be prepared when entering a Zwift race to have a 4-minute interval at the start at 150% FTP or something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's and it's all about experience also. You know that you have to push hard in the beginning of a Zwift race, but then you can relax. So, and that also means you have to be warmed up for sure. But it's a flatter part in the beginning, and that's nice. Then we can follow the riders here. Can you also click on someone else so we can see just who we are watching? Just to
I'm
there
sorry.
we have. Great. You can always see in the right column, you can see who we are watching, but it's always from the start. We use fan view, so we have different users that we are using, so to say, to be able to stand in the start pen and follow the races flawless. So that's great. And oh yeah,
it's a big group here. 121
really
riders, and I think around 100 A riders.
I think we also have Antonio Diaz to start.
Yeah, I saw him.
Super strong Portuguese guy. I think it must be some sort of error on his Zwift power, because it says 5.8 watts per kilo for 20 minutes, and that's not correct. So some error there, because if you click on Antonio Diaz in Zwift power, you can see that he's more averaging more to almost 4.0, so that should be more correct. But see if we have him in the start list today.
Yeah, I'm looking at Carvalho at the moment here.
Yeah, he's also a super strong Portuguese. And well, it's almost time for the
ladies. Just
1 minute. Yeah, great.
Jump into the ladies race here. Here they are.
Oh, great.
Let's see if I can.
I think it's a lot of nervous ladies, because we have a lot of interesting start on the start line. We actually also have a 16-year-old. I can't really know. I don't know exactly which country it is. I will check. Kyle Vodin, and I will give you an answer. Guernsey. Okay, it's a country I don't really.
It's Guernsey. It's on a small island outside of England.
Oh yeah, great.
Guernsey.
So here we have.
It's
16 years old.
Well, I'm not sure what the correct English word is, but treasure paradise in Swedish.
Yeah, but if the numbers are correct, this junior is actually averaging 5.6 watts per kilo, and she's been competing 13 races in Zwift. So maybe this will be a very interesting junior to keep an eye on also in the hills. She's climbing the ranking for sure. Okay, so now we take off, and well, it is high speed as we expected.
Here we have a Finnish lady. I just saw her flashing by here.
Yeah, great. Here we have Laura. So good. Laura Weinompan. I think she looks experienced. She is not pushing super hard in the sprint. She's trying to find a good position, and well, it's a little bit. It's very, very high speed for the ladies too. They are increasing the speed, even if it's a bit uphill here. So you can see it's 2% up, and they turn left going down under the ocean. So impressive. And it's also a lot of sea riders in the front. They really, really want to stay now in the pack, learning from every race. And you can see now, yeah, also. Oh, now, yeah, it's some separations. There are some riders that did not manage to follow this fast peloton in the front, but there are quite a lot of them. And Laura, she got a heart rate now. You can see right now in the upper left corner, 172.
And
300 watts.
Let's jump back a little and see if I can catch this rider. She's live now on the stream.
Ann-Louise Ingvarsson from Team Swedish Zwifters, and you can see live here, and how she is managing now. She can even relax a little bit more.
Her heart rate is
heart rate on. Yeah, exactly. You need to have everything fixed, and sometimes the heart rate is not working. Well, it's that can happen. We have all been in that situation for sure. So really good. Waving a little bit to the camera though. She will see if, and it's the right spirit. If the technique is not working, give it a try to fix it. It's not the whole world if it's not working. Everything can happen, and we can be out of battery, and everything can happen. But really impressive of a sea rider to be able to stay with the A group, and you can see the speed.
Here's another one. Another lady.
Yeah.
Suffering a little more by the looks.
Yeah, it's a D rider, and they are not that many. So here it's all about trying to catch the pack, the riders in front. They are not that far away. So the larger pack they can be, the better it is. But it's super strong riders here too, and you can see Sofia Westberg is together with A, B, and C riders. So really, really impressive, and they will increase the numbers here in the peloton, because in the group that they are in, because they are catching some riders. You can see just in front of them now. Here you can see, great. And it will be interesting to see. I will keep an eye on the live results. Because,
we're closing in on the climb now for the A men, so jumping over to the A guys here.
That's great.
And let me find them here.
Super. Yeah, in the A category we should have, let's see, the last part we could see, they were actually at 7 kilometers we have from live result. It should be roughly the same.
Yeah, at 7.5 now, just hitting the climb here.
So they are a big group, and even some B riders in the pack. So about 70 riders, and now you can see the steepest part of the Hillicom reverse. And they are pushing super hard. Here we have one of the favorite, top ranked or second in the world, Brett Boniface, from the dropouts, and he's
pushing through.
He's starting a little bit relaxed, just trying to find a good spot where he knows that this will be on the safe side, so I don't have to
get dropped.
Yeah, exactly. No, he will never get dropped, but that he doesn't have to push for 2 minutes unnecessarily, because the competition is hard, and competing against Stefan Kirchmeier, you have to be in top shape in the sprint, so you don't want to waste too much of those high efforts that you have to put in if you get dropped. But Brett is, as we could read in his presentation, very experienced. He's for sure checking through who is in this race.
But he's working his way up to the first. We got a split there.
He is, and wow, this is now, they are approaching now the top, and They are super fast. And you can see the long
Oh, it's getting stretched.
in the upper top right corner, you can see how actually this will be interesting. If it's possible to jump back a little bit, just to see how the view is from the ones that get a little bit dropped off. And we will jump back a little bit. You can see how they are now. You see here a chasing group, even Wheeler, also from a dropout colleague to Brett. So maybe he is communicating with Brett, saying that please don't push too hard in the front because I'm a little bit behind. But
yeah,
from this view, can you change the view just to number 1 if it's possible? Yeah, perfect. So you can see here they have quite a distance. It's almost 60 meters, 50, 60 meters, I would guess. And they need to really push high wattage. And you can see here the Spanish guy pushing almost 7 watts per kilo, getting help by the Great Britain guy in the front now. 7 seconds to catch, 100 meters almost now. It's increasing. The distance is increasing, 100 meters.
They are a little smaller group, so perhaps.
Yeah. Though it is... yeah,
you can see
they all have the, and here we can see also actually 8 seconds behind a very young, also junior guy from Italy, Gramenga. If you can jump back to Gramenga, just a little bit back, he's actually in the next pack.
Here.
Yeah, Gramenga. Not as experienced, but you can see, oh boy, he is pushing hard, 400 watts. So trying to catch up, but he did miss the splits probably. He was a little bit too far behind, and here we are on place 49. So that means a lot of persons now that was in the group and in the pack when the hill started. It was about 75 in the group then. Now it's much less, maybe 40, maybe less, maybe 35.
Jump here, I think. It's the back, 41.
Yeah. You can see Matias, the Portuguese guy, just grabbing the draft and going down in super tuck, just enjoying a nice downhill now because he's safe. But the other one, they lose time now because this front pack, this peloton, is super fast, and it doesn't need to be anyone pushing super high in the front because they alternate being in the front, just increasing the speed of the pack. And they have done 11 kilometers already, only 19 kilometers to go. The total distance today is 30 kilometers. So approaching downtown Vatopia, they have a smaller climb to do now up to the SS. But it's mainly a flat area, so the ones in this pack is super happy to be in the pack. And probably here we have one of the winners. I can see Kirschmeier is here, Öjer is here. I can also see, we will have a look, Jimmy Bodin, a really strong rider, relatively new on Zwift, also in the pack. Brett Boniface is of course here, but Brett was further back, beginning of the hill, and he managed to connect to the train, the fast train, so to say. So,
and Johan Norén is in the Zoom now, so we can see him also sweating. Oh, he had his bucket up.
Yeah. Yeah, he is always with his headphones, really focused, and he has been pushing what he needs to push, and you can see how he is focused. He's just now, he's really focused, pedaling, trying to get recovered as fast as possible. This is a nice feature that we can see them also then live. So Johan actually push a little bit in the front.
Yeah.
This is interesting. 650 watts. He really want to do something before the SS, and let's see if, it's orange numbers behind. We can see
everything
Olsson
for the audience on the stream.
Mikael Olsson, can you jump back and just see how Mikael Olsson tried to connect? And he actually gets a little bit of action here, because behind Mikael Olsson we have some more riders that also want to connect. So or get in contact with this breakaway. So this is interesting because here we will have a super strong pack of riders, and I think this is Mikael Olsson. I will have a look. You never know for sure because um, I will check in the live results. Yes, it's Mikael Olsson, but he changed. He actually changed clothes. He normally rides in the Swedish national dress, so now he got really.
He's undercover today.
Yeah, he got a little bit undercover, pushing, but the pack is now chasing. So, well, it was really nice putting a little bit of action into this, and Johan Norén started, and Mikael Olsson continued.
You want to check out the action in D?
Yep.
They are fighting their way up.
Have a look. We have a very long and flat part of the race now, so we assume that the pack will be then like.
Oh, it's a little foggy here. I've just climbed
together
over the first part.
Yeah, these we follow now. I will just check so I see the right screen.
You see how spread out
great,
it is.
Great. Yeah, and they all started together. This is the front of the D category, and we will say also how the actual standing is then according to Zwift Power. We will see.
This is how it's like in riding in D mostly. It's a TT race mostly.
Yeah, we are.
We are having a small group at the front.
Yeah, I see Afonso is there, and the American guy Mike Tosh.
Yeah, I talked to BJ before, and he said he will give Auris a fight today.
And Christopher Laporte from France. So these four guys, I actually don't see Sparrow, the friend from Great Britain, in Zwift Power. So we can actually just see four riders on Zwift Power in the front. But of course, Sparrow is there also pushing in the front. You can see Sparrow. He's not ranked actually in Zwift Power, so maybe a little bit too strong. But the other four riders are for sure then trying to get the wheel of Sparrow. But otherwise they will let him go if he's too strong, so to say. Also the Irish guy here, Mengete, he's also not on Zwift Power. So how is it with the ladies? Are they also approaching?
Yeah, let's see where they are. Oh no, what's happened here? There they are. Oh, we got the wrong man in. Let's jump over to the ladies here. Oh, that was a little far back.
Oh yeah, but Sofia Westberg is pushing, and then we go a little bit forward. You can see Therese Kaldegård. We jump forward. It's nice to see a little bit how they group together.
Here we have the front, just at the KOM banner.
Oh, great. All right, we just see now. And this is interesting part of the course because you really need to be having contact with the front group just over the Queen of Mountain portal. So we will maybe also see some times here. 3:57. Malin Rönnqvist Kågström. You can see her time there. And almost all in the front pack. And you can see them, 10 of them. Also, Vicky Nilon from Heino is here. Super happy to see. Also super strong. She was actually then 5th yesterday on the Tour for All invitational race, the exclusive race for the community riders. And she got beaten actually by Emma Belforth on the 4th place, but they were so close together. So impressive that they are both here today after pushing so hard. They did the Muir and the Mountain course. And that's up to the radio tower. Oh, that is tough.
That's a crazy course.
Yeah.
I wouldn't survive racing on that, I think. It will take forever.
Impressive super tuck skill by the ladies and the women here. They are really optimizing downhill, trying to find good recovery, and then going up, sitting up in the saddle again.
Yeah.
And not risking to be dropped, but they have a 30 seconds gap already, and you can see Cecilia Lowry is chasing, and a lot this Vaudine, the young woman, the young 16-year-old from this island outside England. You said she is.
Guernsey.
Yeah, she's in the back pushing 5 watts per kilo, but she is dropped and maybe need to gain a little bit more experience in Zwift, not to get dropped. It's all about getting experience if you want to be in the front, if you got the power.
Yeah.
And she for sure had the power according to the stats, but also Rollings is also there, the B rider, impressive, and Adrian Chabo is chasing also, and Ana Santos, yeah.
A quick jump into the seas to show a few of the men's on Zoom here.
Yeah.
We can jump from the back here, I believe, or place 80 in the seas.
Great.
Håkan Axelsson, who is one of the SCR ride leaders, who normally does the night rider and the beginner's ride.
Yeah, but we are in the B category, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
B
category, 80th place. Oh, actually around 70. Wow, they are a nice group here, and really, really nice to see Axelsson. Yeah, Team Aron. Can you tell a little bit about Team Aron? Is it a charity?
Yeah, it's a charity group.
Team.
Yeah. Newly formed this spring, I believe.
Yeah, and they are fighting cancer, so great cause.
Yeah.
And super nice to see such teams coming up in Zwift and racing together. They are doing it for a really good cause. And now they have went through the Italian village and they will go down. Now they have done the uphill also, of course, since long. So now they will have a flatter part and going down under the ocean. So how about the... can we check a little bit the A? How close are the A now to the men?
Let's see here. I'm going to do...
Yeah, we can have a look. You can see Mats Nilsson also.
That's one. I think he also is here.
Oh, great. Yeah, we saw him last also. Great. Here Mats is pushing.
At place 26, so it's not that far from the front of the sea. We can jump forward to see the front here.
Yeah.
Österlind, that's nice to see. Afonso.
That's great.
And we have the Z. I'm not sure what his name was. The Portuguese rider with all the C's. Sorsa, yes.
Sorsa, he sprinted like a maniac last stage, of course. And we also have Johan Andersson, Adam Boby, Daniel Thiago, and Daniel Thiago, Kasperek, and Jones is maybe a little bit ahead, as you can see. They actually got a little bit of a gap. So they have a little bit of a gap there. We can see Sorsa, we can see maybe then Kasperek, Thiago, Volpi. Yeah, they are all there. At least Sorsa and...
Yeah, I can see Kasperek, but he's somewhere.
Kasperek, yeah, he's in front.
Yeah, there he is. Oh, there he is.
Oh, it's like... They are even further away.
Even further away.
So, Thiago and Kasperek, they are pushing, hammering in the front.
For sure. That's
and
really
all the
strong.
Others are not on Zwift power.
They were 16 seconds behind the second group.
Thiago and Kasperek. But now you can prepare for the A because we are approaching.
Trying to find an A rider. Do you have a name?
You can find Kirschmeier.
Yeah.
Or Stefan Kirschmeier. And Kasperek is really, really then in a good position for extending his lead in the sea.
I will have to find another one. He was private.
Aha, okay. Yeah, but go for Bodin.
Jimmy.
Meanwhile, I go into Zwift Companion Up myself and give 86 riders a ride on. That's
okay, let's jump into the A's here. 20 kilometers, 21.
21 kilometers. Then we are approaching the climb for sure. Perfect timing. Following Jimmy Bodin, you can see he's in the front. So that was a good pick now to see who is then eager to push. But now someone is pushing really, really hard in the front. I will have a look on the big screen. Now it's we are approaching. It's
we have
just
Team
1
Turbo.
kilometer to
Team
go.
Turbo.
David Gardell. It's actually one of the riders here from Team Turbo Uppsala. He is living on Gotland, the biggest island in Sweden. He's really testing and warming up the legs for the climb, putting a little bit stress mentally on all the other riders. So now enjoying a little bit of draft. It's still approximately 800 meters to go until the really steep climb part starts. So they will turn left now, not going downtown Vatopia, but turning here to the left. And now soon the climb will start. And if we had roughly 35, 40 persons in the group here, we will see a big split now. I'm not sure how the split will look like, but
we'll zoom out so we can catch the action here.
Yeah, great view. You are flying the drone perfectly.
Oh, I hit the bridge. Sorry.
We have a bridge, and here the Hillycom segment starts. So keep an eye also. Then when they pass the King of Mountain banner, you can see the times popping up in the left. In the left, on the left side of the screen here, but you can see how fast they go uphill. Orange number to the right. That means over 8 watts per kilo for a lot of riders, and it will increase only because now you can see how it's tearing apart. They are stretching out. The front is going crazy fast, and it's still a lot of Swedes. We will have to look around a little bit. See, David Gardell is really managing to stay
in the group
contention. But here it's a flatter part. Now it's all about increasing the speed and then taking the last climb. You can see now it was almost flat, and now it's directly up to 7%. You see in the top right corner. And you can see how hard they push. Johan Norén pushing almost 500 watts, above 500, 600. Crazy! And Jimmy Bodin in the front. And if you jump in the front, just to see a little bit here, who is pushing a lot in the front.
Yep.
We jump forward. And Jimmy was in the front, but now he's been overtaken by a lot of riders. Kirchmeier is still there, Rees, Davis, Öjer. We also have
Boniface, 129.
Oh, he is pushing hard, really hard. And Almeida from France really want to connect. 6 seconds gap.
Wow.
Will this be the real breakaway? He's pushing. He's still pushing. 400 watts. He get a gap, and he's increasing. 8 seconds. I almost don't see them behind.
No, far behind.
Impressive. 169 in heart rate. And
Can
Brett is a former pro rider. He's been a lot in Europe riding with a lot of pro teams. He's an ex-pro, and pushing now and being a specialist on Zwift. He knows what he is doing, so he needs to keep this distance. But it's a lot of chasers. You can
it's increasing, 11 seconds.
It is, but we can't trust the seconds right now, because it will go up and down, and Zwift is not showing exactly the right, but for sure it's around 10 seconds. Yes, indeed. And can see how the groups behind. If you jump back a little bit, just to have a look at the different groups, and it will be interesting to see how big the group is, because
big
this
chase
is one
group here.
This is the first chase group.
Yeah, around 18 here. A few more.
If you jump back a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because we actually have.
Here are the end of the first group.
4 seconds. Yeah.
22 riders before the next group coming here.
And here we have a lot of strong riders. You can see Backström, Johan Backström, Team Turbo Uppsala, Mantel, Portuguese guys. Also David Gardell, actually then in the chasing group, only some seconds behind. You can see how they really, really want to catch up. They are on a thin line almost, looking like a team time trail, pushing so hard. But it will be tough to catch the front now, and Brett is still in the lead, but it will be a fast downhill for the Gruppetto.
Chasing to a freeway here so we can see the B riders riding up the KOM at the moment.
Great. Yeah.
As the A riders go down on the other side here.
Yeah.
Let's
we have
see
the A
how
riders in the top left corner, and we can follow
Boniface is down to 5 now, so they are closing in.
The B riders, we have Christer Selstedt that we are following right now, and he is a little bit behind. No, he is in the front pack. Yeah, we can have a look now on the update. Maybe they came all together. Yes.
He's 7th, just behind Ferreira and Sexias.
Yeah, great. That's
the front, I believe.
Yeah, totally correct. We are checking live results. We are roughly 1 kilometer behind, but nothing have happened more than that. So we have for sure Christer Selstedt in the front, together with Mikael Norin, Anders Borglund, Daniel Ögren, Janne Jakobsson, George Carvalho, Peter Balint from Hungary, Uli Meyer from Canada, André Pereira is there from Portugal, Conny Björnehall is there, and a lot of other riders. They are actually, I will not mention them all, but they are a huge pack.
Yeah. And the ladies are in the water tunnels.
Yeah, they still have a flatter part to recover, but they are not that many now together. So we will keep an eye on them. Maybe there was some splits in the SS, and but there are a lot of strong riders still there. Yes.
Yeah, this is super hard. You can see that it's all stretched out and everyone is doing a crazy amount of power. 6 watts per kilo here on the flat sections. Ouch.
Yeah, wow.
Ooh. I'm feeling it.
The A men, you mean?
No, I'm watching the B on the big screen.
The B. Sorry, they are pushing as much as the A category. It's crazy. Just to stay in contention there with the front. Wow. Yeah. And among the women then, we have Anna Svärdström, Eimer Nichols managed to stay in the group. Emma Belfort, Jana Hölzer, Malin Rönnqvist Kågström, Therese Ove Falk, Laura Vanjonpää is still in the front pack. Lisa Hermansson is there also.
Just exiting
Elon, of course.
Exiting the water tunnels, just as the men hit the sprint sections in the A group.
Yeah, well, we will keep an eye on the A. We can jump over to the A, and then we will jump back to the women to see in the Hillycom how it goes. But now it's super interesting
the
part
last
of the
few
course.
Ks here.
Yeah, we have. It's 30 kilometers in total, so it's less than 3 kilometers to go. Actually,
the ladies just done 21 kilometers.
Yeah. The men is now really into the very important part of this course. You can see almost 22 riders. Brett is starting last, but I assume he will push now, going through the pack, drafting. You can see how he increased the power. 450 watts coming from behind, drafting perfectly uphill, but they are pushing really hard up the other ones too. And we have a lot of riders now that want to be going for a sprint, but also some riders that really do not want to sprint. So a lot of things will happen now going into the S's. You can see how stretched out it is, and it's still some in the end of the pack that are having some difficulties to follow. I will keep an eye on the front here now.
I think it's between these men here in the group. I don't think anyone behind will catch up
and
now.
Here we have Daniel Pinto, Henrik Öijer, Hyvel Davis, Joe Rees, Christopher Sävström, Mikael Andersen from Denmark, Peder Alkel, Will Budge, Pierre Almeida, Brett Boniface, Jimmy Bodin, Joel Karlsson, Johan Norén, Kalle Kadens, Matt Broke, Mikael Olsson, Paul Turner, Pep Tache, Rui Miguel Abrantes, Stefan Kirchmeier, Ribereiro's Bike Shop, and also, did I say Peter Alkel? Yeah, I did. So it's Sam Tillett from Wales also, and those are the 22 riders that we will, or actually 23 here in Zwift, but 22 on Zwift Power. So it's one of the riders are not on Zwift Power, but I think we have highlighted the.
Have you found the mysterious man behind the name Kalle Cadence?
Yeah, I think I have, but I encourage him to come out with a real name. So, but now let's focus. 1 kilometer to go, mainly downhill in the beginning. So it's all about positioning yourself really, really well. They will soon see the finish area in the horizon there by the beach, a little bit to the right, behind the buildings. And from there, it's roughly 400 meters to go. But it's very often that people start too early here, but still, if you have the power and if you are recovered fully, you can go for a sprint because you can draft and go really fast, passing by everybody. But we will see now super high power. Can you jump a little bit into the front?
I think Brett is coming here.
Brett is coming. Kirchmeier is coming. We also have Henrik Öijer pushing really, really hard in the front. And it's only 50 meters to go. Oh, it was the Wales guy, Tillett, ahead of Boniface and Öijer.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm not familiar with this Wales guy, but he has been super strong today, averaging 5.1 watts per kilo, 368 watts on an average, and he's in a team that is Bike Strong KTM. Sam Tillett, big congrats.
Yeah.
And
jumping into the bees. Yeah. They are just in the SS2 here, just before the sprint banner.
Can you also jump just to see the women, just to see?
Yeah, sure.
Also, we will jump back to the B and have a look.
1 second.
Yeah, we will follow here. The front of the B is super, super interesting. We will follow them, but they still have 2.5 kilometers to go. And just to get a little bit of an update of the standing in the women, we will have a look later on. I will follow now. Now we have a little bit of action here. Jan Jakobsson and Martinez in the front.
Quick, they are just up on the first KOM hill.
And we can now see Lisa Hermansson, Jane Hölzer, and Laura Weinomper. They didn't manage. Therese Ove Falk also did not really manage to do the climb as well as Nichols, Belfort, Vicky Nilon, and Kågström. So we only have 5 now in the women, among the women, and I don't think that the chasing pack will be able to catch them. Maybe they will, because now it's all about resting a little bit for the front. But well, these ladies here are super experienced, and they will keep the gap for sure. They will try to keep the gap. Back to the bees.
Oh, back to the bees.
We know that we have a little bit of a gap here, and we have Jan Jakobsson trying to bridge and catch the flying Hungarian guy.
Balint at the front.
Balint and Martinez. 2 riders with a little bit of a gap ahead of Jan Jakobsson, and then the big pack is chasing, and they are not that many anymore. Something have happened in the B category, so they are now not that many. I will keep an eye. And the result of the A was Sam Tillett winning just 0.2 of a second ahead of Brett Boniface, Henrik Öijer, Ribeiros from Portugal, Stefan Kirchmeier, 5th spot, and Pep Touch, Pierre Almeida, Matt Broke, Christopher Sävström, Peder Arkel, top 10. And it's only now 1.5 kilometer to go with the B, so this will be super interesting. And actually, it's
following Cavallo now.
Yeah, he is a good sprinter, so that's a good pick for the fan view to watch. But we can see how the one in the front now is actually not on Zwift Power. Both the neutral flag and the Spanish.
Martinez.
They are not on Zwift Power.
Silva, Ferreira is there. Nolin.
Yeah. And
Selstedt.
Ferreira and Cavallo, not Silva, but Ferreira is actually a rider. So we will keep an eye on Carvalho, Jakobsen, Selstedt, Nolin, Balaint, and they only have 400 meters to go now. Orange number. I could see orange numbers coming there. Christer Selstedt is actually coming from behind. Grabbing Carvalho is coming too. Actually now Jan Jakobsen is pushing in the front. Maybe doing a lead out for Christer Selstedt. But then we have the
Carvalho.
Carvalho. He is pushing again. Super impressive.
He was coming.
Yeah, and also again then Christer Selstedt, super strong sprinter, and we could actually see a little bit of tactics there. Jan Jakobsen pushing and letting Christer get his wheel, but it was not enough to beat the flying Portuguese Carvalho this time. Whoa, impressive. What a sprint. This is a very interesting course. And
just jumped into the seas here with Thiago.
Right.
I think he is...
I think so too. Thiago is...
Masenti and Jones in the front. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
we're 20 seconds ahead.
Yes, Thiago, that's true. And Johan Andersson, Andreas Kasperek is chasing behind together with Marcus Österlind also.
So 13 seconds behind there. So Thiago really climbed fast and have stayed away.
He did, and he's been averaging 3.1 watts per kilo, 273 watts so far. So, but the chasers are really aiming to catch Thiago. They are stronger together.
Yeah.
And the viewers that might wonder, the ones in the front, they are not in Swift Power, or they are not as C ranked. So we keep an eye on that for sure. And Thiago is impressive. He is pushing. You can see the watts. We got an instant measure of his watts, and it's roughly 280 watts. Pushing. But they are really hunting him from behind. And well, this will be a fight until the end, because now the kicker climb starts going up to the SS, and this is a tough one to do alone, because the other one will come into this climb with a little bit higher speed. If you jump back, you can see he had 35 entering the hill, and the other ones here, you can see the speed 37 now, and they are already up in the hill, so they are closing in. They are seeing they see Thiago on the top of the hill, and you can see how they really push now. Kasperek is going in front also, together with Kasperek with the Belgium guy, Van Asche, and I don't see Van Asche in the Swift Power, so unfortunately he's not there. But then actually Kasperek is benefiting a lot from this strong Belgium rider too. And now Kasperek is on the hunt. Kasperek is really picking up the chase on Thiago alone. You can see Kasperek in the front there, aiming to catch Thiago as soon as possible, getting a little bit of a draft. And Johan Andersson, Mariano Segovia is chasing too, and Marcus Österlind. We have a lot of riders there.
Yeah.
But if you jump a little bit forward, we can see now actually what will Kasperek do now? Andreas Kasperek, will he just draft a little bit and then continue to do a counterattack, or will he now let the other one actually also catch them and then just benefit from super draft, trusting that he got a really good sprint? But I'm not so sure that he will win the sprint, because the other one has been sitting a little bit more relaxed. Andreas had to push a lot to catch Thiago, but you can see the other ones are coming super fast now, and they have been having a much more comfortable ride. So now Andreas goes into the front. They still have a 1 second gap, but now they are catching. A little bit more than 1 kilometer to go, and they are all together. All right. Can you keep an eye on the women too?
Yeah, the women's are 300 meters behind, so I have a little difficulty problem here.
All right. We will focus on the women. So we will
You jump into the women's race.
Yeah, be prepared to stay with the Kasperek, and then you jump over to the women, so we can really capture the sprint for the women this time. And here we have Andreas Kasperek, Daniel Thiago, Håkan Long, Joakim Verbelov, Sergio Agustinho, and Johan Andersson, Mariano Segovia, Marcus Österlin, Mikael Rydström, and they are going super fast. So we will actually have a look at this sprint.
Yeah, the women's are just entering the tunnel there.
Great.
Just above. So I will do a quick transition 1 second after the men have passed the.
That's great.
Sprint here.
And we can see how they really push high wattage, and it's only some dropout there maybe from Kasperek, but he has to then increase the speed again. He's coming super fast anyway, even if he had a dropout. Maybe that was a good thing, but he is snapping it. And big congrats to Andreas Kasperek. Good choice there. And now we have the women.
Here they are.
Oh, great, thanks. And zoom in, and number one camera. Great. It's Emma Belfort leading out the things now. Nilon takes over. Anna Svärdström is chasing a lot, and this will be a super tight sprint. And though there is actually no doubt about it, it was Vicky Nilon ahead of Emma Belfort. And wow, what a
Then jumping back to the B ladies, just entering the sprint bridge here.
Yeah, wow. The 5 ladies kept themselves all together, and then it was a very tactical sprint by Vicky Nilon.
And this is the same situation, but reversed here. We have the B ladies just on the bridge and the D men entering the bridge.
Okay. Well, we will keep an eye on them until the end. Maybe we will have to miss one sprint, but you can be commentating and keep an eye.
I will find Malin Bengtsson.
Or if possible to do split screens, 3 of them.
Yeah.
You give it a try if you can, but only if you can. Well, it was Vicky Nilon ahead of Emma Belfort, Anna Svärdström, Eimar Nichols, and Malin Kågström, and they were all within half a second. And they have been pushing close to 4.7 watts per kilo of Emma Belfort there. So impressive speed by the ladies, and we will have the second group into the finish now. We will report very shortly. And there it was. I will say the result as soon as it comes. And here we have the front. But do you actually have? You can jump forward a little bit because you have Katie Rollins in the front. She's 53 seconds ahead. So this is the front of the B.
This is the front.
Yeah, we have Catherine Rollins going towards a superb win. She's been riding them together now with Adrian Csabo from Hungary national team. And we know Adrian is really good and has been competing with the A category. So we can also understand now how good race Catherine Rollins has been doing. And we also had the second group into the finish now. And actually it was Jana Hölzer taking it just ahead of Therese Ove Falk, Laura Vainjompe, and Lisa Hermansson. And now we are excited to watch this, because this is Catherine Rollins, and then we can jump back and see, because we have interesting fight for the D men. You can be prepared with the D men later on then.
Yeah.
Because then they are a little bit further behind, right?
Yeah, they are at 28.4 at the moment. So about a kilometers behind these ladies here.
Oh, great. Then we just take Catherine Rollins to the finish line, and very impressive ride. You can see now Catherine is enjoying a nice draft behind Adrian Csabo. Will she maybe go for it to try to beat the A rider here? It's only 400 meters to go. She go up side by side, passing by. She is
it's coming from behind here.
Yeah, they
Csabo.
are. Both Csabo and Santos, and they don't want to get beaten by a B rider, but Catherine Rollins is really pushing, and now
come on,
Csabo. Yeah, Csabo don't want that to happen. Yeah, good, nice, both of them, really nice to see, and they're Adrian Chabo really showed that she's an A rider. She don't want to get beaten by a B rider. Impressive. And jumping back to see the front of the D. And
Oh, I jumped into the wrong screen here for you.
yeah,
I believe.
okay. It should be
Here.
Auris Pelanis together with Mike.
I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong. They are
No,
just going down after the, and it starts to rain here.
Yeah, it's always different weather in Watopia, but these are actually then 3 riders together: the French guy, the American guy, and the Swedish guy. So we have Tosh, Pelanic, and Laporte. So keep an eye on those 3. The other ones are not on Swift Power, so you can ignore actually the British guy and the.
You see, Auris resting up behind.
Yeah.
Waiting. And
What
here,
do you think, Martin?
now
What
he
do you
goes.
think?
I'm not sure. Very hard. I think Auris got it. He's very strong here.
Yeah.
1000 watts almost.
I think maybe Laporte. No.
Now Auris is going.
But actually, oh yeah, wow. And Tosh and Laporte.
Quickly over to the sea ladies here.
Great.
Let's see.
Keep an eye on the sea. So here in the sea, it should be Malin Bengtsson in the top, together with Ann-Louise Ingvarsson, Therese Kaldegård. Only Malin Bengtsson and yes, Ingvarsson. They are the only one. Yeah. It's super tight. And Malin don't want Ann-Louise to have a chance to grab her wheel, so she is pushing, and Ann-Louise is trying to get back, but it's a very, very nice sprint again by Malin, and Ann-Louise is only 1 second behind. And I know Ann-Louise want to be practicing a little bit more on the sprints, and that is needed to beat Malin. Malin has been winning a lot of races, but Ann-Louise was not that far behind, so very, very good. And then we will have a look at the D. And we have only a 30-second
first, or...
Yeah, 43-second gap. 43-second gap to actually then Linda Puck Engström. 42-second gap.
And what happened with the beautiful weather we had?
Yeah, we have very, very... I hope...
this is the weather we have had during the winter in Sweden. 5 degrees and pouring rain all day.
It is giving it's a little bit of the success story for Zwift. It's really a good thing that it's alternating the weather. It's not always sunny.
No.
And though you can see one thing here, Sofia Westberg is benefiting again from nice company with the sea riders, and this will be interesting to see if Sofia now get the courage to try to beat the sea riders in the sprint. If you jump back to Linda Puck Engström and Stephanie Held, just to have a look. Okay, Linda Puck is now crossing the river, and Stephanie Held.
Yeah, it's a TT race in the D's.
It is Team Fearless. Stephanie Held also really nice to see. It's the top 3 women.
Knowles, Madeira here.
Yeah, they are. Madeira is also there, and also this is the top 5 riders in the D category, and we are following now the front of the D category women. And just to give you some results, meanwhile, we had in the A, we said Vicky Nilon, Emma Belfort, Anna Svärdström, Amir Nichols, Malin Rönnqvist Kågström. In the B, Catherine Rollins, Jenny Schulander actually took it ahead of Kimberly Jewell. Junaika Leiva was on the 4th spot, and 5th was Louise Lund. And actually then on 6th spot we had the German, I will actually check so I say the right name now because she's under alias, but it's Mareike Justuna, and she's the German rider. Actually then the first race that she did in B, and she was 5th. Big congrats. And in the C we had Malin Bengtsson, as you could see, ahead of Ann-Louise Ingvarsson, and Nikki Hunt was on the 3rd spot. And then we have soon the results coming in for the rest of the riders there. Actually, then Åsa Fastberg Lund took the 4th spot and Therese Kaldegård the 5th. So back to the D. Okay, Martin, who do you think will win the sprint? The phenomenal D rider Sofia Westerberg or the Spanish lady Abad or
Abad looks strong also. 3.5 watts.
We also have I will keep an eye here on Tina Axenfalk, Team Security.
Yeah.
She is also super strong, and we will see here. I think Tina, they are. I'm checking a little bit their best 15-second result, and I see Tina Axenfalk can push over 5.4 watts per kilo for 15 seconds. So that will be a hard thing to beat for our dear D rider that is just getting better and better. She is really now challenging to take one more point than Linda Buck Engström there. But and I think Sofia is then, she is equal to the other C riders in performance on 15 seconds. So this will be super, super interesting. And look how experienced Sofia is. Just staying behind. Just
waiting and waiting.
Waiting. You see the what?
That's the 300-meter sign. Time
she wants the other one to pass.
Yeah.
Just getting the final
draft now she's pushing.
Now she's getting the draft, but also then Abad from Spain is coming really well. And Tina Axenfalk is pushing really, really hard, but still it's a little bit of a distance. And Sofia Westberg is pushing to grab the one. Oh yeah, she did manage to take Tina in the end. So very, very fun sprint there, and super nice with Zwift that they are sprinting so well.
Here she is. In motion picture.
Great effort. And ride on and kudos to Sofia.
Great work. Fantastic.
Super good.
I have loaded a replay of Amen here, so
great.
If you change the screen.
To see. And to really see how they managed to come from behind, and the Welsh rider there, Tillet.
He was DQ'd, I just saw on Swift Power.
Great, then it's Brett Boniface that we followed. That should be the winner for today. So great, Brett Boniface ahead of Öjer, and then we had the Portuguese, and then Kirchmeier on 4th spot then instead. Good that you keep an eye on the DQs also. And
here are the Bs.
Yeah, again, Carvalho, you picked the right rider for this, but we could see how Janne Jakobsson did the lead out for Christer Selstedt that is in the lead, but now Carvalho is really, really gaining points again. But a very important second place for Christer Selstedt, who really, really want to stay in the front.
Let's see, this is a women's race, I believe. It was, yeah, here they come.
The helicopter view, and you can see Emma Belfort ahead of Vicky Nilon, Molly Rönnqvist Skogström, Anna Svärdström, and then actually Vicky Nilon managed to pass by Emma Belfort, and Anna Svärdström passed by both Nichols and Kågström, and Nichols passed by in the end also Malin. So that's the top 5: Nilon, Belfort, Svärdström, Nichols, and Kågström. Very, very tight until the end.
Yeah, super strong race.
Yeah,
and the second last race in the series.
This was a nice classic course, and I know next week we will do a little bit of a futuristic course, the Everything Bagel, right?
No.
In New York, is it not?
I think it's not.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm sorry. I will take a look here quickly.
I think we are going to
on
New
the race.
York.
We are not that good on the race schedule here.
No.
But give us a second here. It's the Royal Pump Room on
Yorkshire. Then we don't have to go that far.
No.
Sorry. That's good.
That's another crazy course that really is demanding with with a 22% climb, I believe. It's not, it doesn't look long, but it goes on and goes on forever until you get over the top. So we'll see big splits there for sure.
Yeah, it's about the same distance, but even much more tougher than this course. So you're right, Yorkshire, the UCE World that was so tough last year. Wow. Yeah, but what a race today, Martin. And we can mention quickly just that some of the Swedish riders that are racing today are also in the lottery of great prizes. So we also have prizes on the stake here, and it's 1,600 or 1,500 worth of travel to Gran Canaria, sponsored by Activitus and Gran Canaria. It's a Wahoo kicker, and it's also Morten, the sport energy drink. They are sponsoring too. So it's a lot of riders that have a lot of chance now. The more races you participate in, the more chances you have to win something.
Yeah.
You can see the sponsors down here.
In the bottom.
And I have something here, I see. Whoa.
Watch out.
Yeah. I'm in Titan's Grove.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Super nice, Martin. Impressive riding today by all the riders.
Yeah, amazing riding.
Yeah.
Hope to see you all in the last race, and after that we will begin the summer race series, which will be running until the end of August. So I think it will be around 12 or 13 weeks long.
It's
of
a
racing.
great option for those who can't compete outdoor. You can go out and train as much as you want, but then you go into Zwift and join SCR for the summer series. That's the best option.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Carl.
Thank you, Martin.
Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.